This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com coming at you with a daily wrestling news update. Some sad news. Kevin Sullivan, we reported on this before, but his wife asked us to take it down. Now she's going public related to his health. They've got almost $30,000 in a GoFundMe. He's in ICU right now, according to what his GoFundMe says. He's been hospitalized since May the 12th and in and out of consciousness. I'm not really sure the extent of the health issues. Obviously, it's pretty serious if he's in ICU. So we wish him the best. I see that Chris Jericho donated to his GoFundMe as well as Cody Rhodes. Money in the Bank takes place about 4 hours from me tonight in Toronto. 56 tickets out as of before the show, so they could definitely probably put in at least a couple thousand more. Toronto is always a hot town for wrestling. WWE, though, according to Dave Meltzer, is hardly doing any house shows this summer and is only doing 5 NXT house shows. So I think there's only a few main roster house shows. So it's basically, since UFC is taking over, becoming more and more of a TV company. And I think unless there's site fees, I think we could say goodbye, other than in special circumstances, then go into the smaller towns. Upcoming advances for the Raw this Monday here in Ottawa, 7,300. Not as good as their previous 2 Raw tapings in Ottawa, but already well over double what AEW got here for Collision. WWE's Speed Championship was defended yesterday. Andrade defeated Xavier Woods. So Andrade is getting a push. And I mean, Sean Spears and Ethan Page are being used well in NXT. Cody Rhodes did great coming over from AEW. WWE is showing that they're using AEW talent better than AEW did. Speaking of AEW, on his Grilling JR podcast, Jim Ross believes pay-per-view should be around 2 hours and 50 minutes. AEW has been doing like 5.5 hour pay-per-views. That's a lot of wrestling to take in. And as I actually did a video the other day going over their recent Double or Nothing pay-per-view. And supposedly, according to records, there was like over $2 million in talent fees alone. You would think that cutting down the travel costs of having so many talent to fill a 5.5 hour show when more isn't always better. But Jim Ross, I mean, they should listen to him. He was, originally he was going to be an advisor, but I don't know how much they're listening to him. Adam Cole, who has a long-standing injury. I believe it's his ankle. He's still going to be out of action for a while, according to the Wrestling Observer. Apparently, there was 10,620 tickets out for Forbidden Door at the UBS Arena in the New York City area. Apparently, the show did not make any Google trends. Mansoor and Mace, formerly from Maximum Male Models, had a vignette that showed on Ring of Honor this week. This is interesting. The July 31st Dynamite in Greenville, South Carolina. This is where they had Sting's retirement match with like 18,000 something people. So their return to the city, it's only 1,448 tickets out right now in about 3-ish weeks. Which I don't know. Obviously, they had a lot of fly-ins for Sting's retirement match, but you'd think the follow-up would have a bit of a better advance. Also, another one that you think would have a bit of a better advance is the Dynamite in Cardiff, Wales. First Dynamite ever in Europe. 2,993 tickets out. You would think that would be an instant sellout. But I mean, I'm sure they're going to get a lot more fans than that when the show gets closer. WWE sold out their first night at the Sumo Hall in Tokyo, Japan. That's the first time in a long time that that hall has been sold out for wrestling. And Dave Meltzer mentioned that it's very difficult for companies to draw in Japan these days. So it's impressive that WWE sold out their first show there so quickly. In fact, the 2024 G1 Climax tournament, the show that they recently had, only drew 1,225 fans for the big tournament. The legend himself, Hannibal. Well, I wouldn't call myself a legend. Maybe in the podcasting business, I am before everyone started doing free interviews on YouTube, I was the first. Hello, Gabe. Brian Pillman Jr. is being used better in NXT as well. Ian, watch the start if you want the update on Kevin Sullivan. It's not looking good, but he's getting a lot of donations. So we've seen, sadly, a decline in his health in his podcasts over the past 6 to 8 months. And obviously in the Who Killed WCW, he didn't look that healthy. So let's hope that, I mean, the good thing about the US is it has a great medical system if you can afford it. So let's hope that he pulls through. Have a great Saturday. I'll be posting some new matches here later tonight.